Hello, how are you today? Sandra here again, and welcome to another episode of My Life and the Bible. Today, I'm going to tell you of a story about resilience. And today's story is inspired by my dad. He's been on my mind today for many reasons, but most especially because today happens to be his 76th birthday. So, story time. So, about 20 something years ago, my dad suffered a stroke that left him paralyzed. And a stroke was something we were not very familiar with as a family in general. Um, it's something you hear about, but it's foreign, no true understanding. But as time went on, we started to figure out what it was and how it affected his body and the different kinds of things that came with stroke, right? So my dad needed full assistance to do things. Activities of daily living was not something he was able to do. He needed help. So the things you and I wake up and don't give any thought to and are able to do, he needed help with. And as a family, we had to learn to gather around him and do these things with and for him. And many different things about our family changed because of this event. Now, he did seek medical treatment and along the way did find out about physical therapy. And he started to get physical therapy. He used to get it a couple of times a week or something like that. I can't remember that detail, but he did get physical therapy occasionally. And we started to see results. But the thing about it was his determination to come through this. He was determined to live. Now, he was so determined that if he needed to move from point A to point B, if he had to crawl, he would do it. He was that determined. Although we were there to help, he was determined to push himself to be able to do it. Not once did I see him give up. Not once did I see him give up and say, I can't do this and I don't want to try anymore. And the interesting thing about resilience is that it's infectious. The people around you will rally around you to help you because you're determined to do it. And as a family, we quickly caught on that, and anything he needed us to help him achieve that goal, we stood together to do. So with time, the physical therapy started to yield the results, and he started to regain muscle strength. And in turn, he was able to start walking. It was difficult. It was a difficult task, but he made strive every single day. He put in effort to make sure he was able to achieve it. And eventually he did. It took some time and it seemed like decades, right? When you're going through something, it always feels like it's forever. But you know what? While he was going through this situation, everything around his life had to stop because he had different projects he was working on. He had different things that were happening. And life threw something. Life threw a curveball. And the reason why I bring out this story for us today is because while I might be telling you about my dad's situation, there are very many issues that people are going through, right? Very many issues that we're all facing. Some, it could be a loss of a loved one. For some, it could be a sickness that is so prolonged, you don't know how to deal with it anymore. For some, it could be something you're believing God for that just keeps your family going round in circles, right? There's so many things, and I can't even name them because the world is so full of so many things happening in so many people's lives. But today especially, I am so reminded that for as long as we are determined to live, for as long as we're determined to make it to the other end, we're going to see the other end. Now listen, 2 Corinthians 4:8-10 says, we are hard pressed on every side, but we are not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. Did you hear this, guys? It's talking about your life as a believer. Your life, our lives. Life is full of ups and downs. And the Bible is telling us that as believers, we are hard pressed on every side, meaning life is truly happening. You dodge one, another one comes about, Just when you're about to finish this, something else shows up again. But we are not crushed, perplexed, but not in despair, persecuted, but not abandoned, struck down, but not destroyed. And for me, when I am reading this, my dad is a living testimony of literally this verse. He even makes jokes about it and says he has a new lease on life. And if you know him, if YOLO was a person, it would truly be my dad. You live once, like he embodies every sense of that term. He lives his life to the fullest. And if we could all learn something from this story today, I think we would learn to push a little bit harder, to persevere a little bit longer, to stand and not give up. Because guess what? Your next step might just be the open door. You never know. So here is what we're going to do today. While I have told you my story, I'm sure you all have something that you're going through, something in your family, something that you've personally experienced. As and when you're comfortable, I want for you to reach out to me and let's share your story with everyone. Your story could encourage someone. And I hope the story I told you about my dad will encourage you and encourage someone out there. But your story is different. It could touch someone else, right? So share your story with me and I'll share it on here. And let us make a chain of testimonies. Let us change the narrative. Let us normalize talking about our struggles and how we've overcome them. Let us normalize testifying about the goodness of God. There is no shame in life and the struggles it brings. Society wants to make you feel like certain things should never be said in public. And he does that to shame you so that you're not able to testify of the goodness of God. Society should not determine what struggle you should tell us about and what you shouldn't. So I'm inviting you today to tell us. Send me a message. Tell me about your struggle. Let's share it with everyone. Let's encourage each other. Your story is different from mine and different from the next person's. But guess what? It's a story of resilience and it's a story of encouragement. And it will encourage somebody that is deep in the pits right now. It will pull them up. Let's pull each other by the bootstraps and bring you back to ground. I want us to all be above ground, right? So tell us your story so that we can encourage the next person. And let's keep it going. The chain link of love. That is all I have for you today. I hope it encourages you. I hope you stand for what you believe in. And I hope you don't give up, no matter what the situation, no matter how negative, no matter how black and dark it looks, right? Don't believe it until the end. Do not believe. We shall believe the report of the Lord, right? So do not stop hoping and believing for a better report from what you're seeing. I love you all. God bless you. And until next time.